our latest Volcano Bay update from Universal Orlando Resort. My name is Jim with WildGravityTravels.com, and we're bringing you our latest video and photo update from Volcano Bay. Starting out here with a look at the entrance area, which is nearing completion, as we showed you last week. Under this actual canopy here this is the shuttle drop-off area just down here. And as guests come up this way, there will be escalators under here. We'll try to get a good shot of them from the next window on up ahead. So as we pull back out, this is the entrance area. We'll show you that again at the next window. But I want to take a look over here past the Cabana Bay Tower coming soon. And kind of zoom in here. We see some new frames going up. No vinyl covering on those yet. But here in the foreground on this building, we've seen a new blue vinyl covering coming into place. From this angle, not a whole lot to see. Those white slides right there are actually two of the capsule drop slides, and where they come out, these are the two capsules that are in two of the three capsules inside the volcano. Here again from this window we see the entrance to Volcano Bay, or future entrance, where we first brought you some of the lettering. They're now far past that progress and on to more. Again, these are escalators here under this vinyl canopy. Try to zoom in. You can vaguely see the handrails there of the escalator that have gone into place. And again, this will be the shuttle drop-off area. Yes, we'll walk through the tunnelway under those roads right here and come up the escalator to be at Volcano Bay. Now the shuttle roads themselves are actually over here around these ponds, and those come from the main Universal Orlando parking garages, which is how you will get to Volcano Bay when you're a visitor. Quick update on Wet and Wild off in the distance, actually across I-4 from this angle. Still seeing all of the slides in place. As we pan and look around, we can see all of those slides right here. So again, not much progress in the way of the demolition of Wet and Wild, but we have been hearing in the past week or so that permits have been filed to tear it down, so we'll be keeping our eye out this window and more on Wet and Wild. Getting back to Volcano Bay, here's one final look at the entrance area before we move on. So as we start our look at the main plaza area of Volcano Bay, we can see a couple cranes actually moving into place here at the opening of the volcano up top there where the capsule slides are. That is the Ko'okiri body plunge, all three capsule slides. Now this capsule slide, which we showed you before the trees actually got in the way, comes out right next to the wave pool, right about here. Again, you can't really see that anymore, but here in the foreground we notice those frames we were telling you about last week have expanded. More than just rectangular square frames, we actually now have A-frames going around the middle. As we see from this angle is actually the first tube for the Krakatoa Aqua Coaster. That yellow tube right there is on the water hydromagnetic coaster track. Sorry about the bumpy there. It is going to be going in place. Probably has already made a couple test cycles, which we have not yet seen. However, would assume that it is about to make test cycles or will be making test cycles very soon. Here in the foreground of that we see the Runamukka Reef progress. Not a whole lot going on there still. Probably waiting on some other progresses around the area, such as this rock work right here. We're seeing workers continue on the detailed rock work right here. So we'll continue to keep an eye on all of this progress. Really exciting about the Krakatoa Aqua Coaster. If it is in fact tested, it'll be one of the last tube slides to test at Volcano Bay. But one additional note on Krakatoa Mountain is we've seen a lot of the scaffolding get removed now. We only see scaffolding on some of the corners here, right in here, and then over here to the left. Workers still finalizing some details, but we can see a lot of the green mossy effects now taking place around the volcano. The green mossy effect kind of goes about halfway up. You can see that a little better in the pictures we'll be posting later, the still pictures. So again, the scaffolding clearing out. We actually had reports from other sites that the water was testing off the top of the volcano and flowing down. So that's pretty cool to see. Hopefully we catch that very soon. If not, we'll have it when the park opens. white colored slides right here, these plastic covered slides right now, as well as one we see peeking out of this hole right here. That is presumably also part of the Krakatoa Aqua Coaster, which again, we see the tube ready to go right there. That, yes, we'll ride in. We don't see any test dummies in that right now. I would assume they'd be putting test dummies in there if they were actually going to operate it. Starting off our look from the other building, for the first time in many weeks, we actually don't see water running on Hanu or Aiko Moana today. We do, however, see workers all around at the base, which is possibly why we're not seeing the water running. They may be working on some stuff, electricals or whatever, underneath the building, or underneath the slide rather. Another item we've noticed is there's some rock work that has gone in the ground right here. Now this could be possible like entry signage style theming rock work for Hanu and Aiko Moana. The pathway does run under the slide right about here, all the way over to the steps, which you can see right here. That's all we're going to see from this angle. Coming up, we'll take another look at the center area, if you will, looking at the Volcano Bay, and continue our look then from Turkey Lake Road, which will be right over here along these pathways, along that sidewalk, along that road. That's Turkey Lake Road. That's where our outside angles come from, and things get a little bumpy and noisy, but we always see some good stuff going on. So here we see one more look at the entry plaza area. This is actually the entry plaza over here. Right about that roof area is where the entry, like where guests will first be when they enter the park. And then as we pan over, we see those canopies we were talking about. Saw those from the other end window. And then off in the distance there, we see the cabanas sort of getting covered up by trees all around, even the newer cabanas, which are right here. Those are the newer cabanas we've been covering. Those are even kind of hidden by trees now. As we take a little look on the side here, we can see some more rock work, which we showed you from the other window, just seeing it at a different angle. And then this area right here, which we're still unsure what that's about. That could be a tapu or some sort of pathway through the volcano. So we'll be keeping our eyes open for that. Next up, we'll be going to Turkey Lake Road, as I mentioned a minute ago, to check out all of our outside side angle views. Hi everyone, welcome to Turkey Lake Road portion of the update. Here we see Krakatoa Mountain on the back side with that wide open area that everybody loves to hate on right now. Just saying it's ugly, the openness on the back side. We're hoping some of that will end up being kind of roped off. We did notice from pictures on our last update, we noticed that the steps are actually being worked on. Right here we see like some wood paneling on those steps going in. Right now the workers are actually still in the Ko'okiri body plunge area. They're working on the platform for that. Working on all sorts of stuff up here. One thing I do think we've noticed is there's going to be actually a bridge across this opening, most likely for guests. You can see where like the stairs come up to this platform here. The platform sort of leaves off, and then there's another platform that picks up right here. Now we're guessing that's going to be like a bridge pathway. That may even be the eventual observation deck. But right now, obviously, they have to leave that open. As you can see, a crane in there right now. So we'll be keeping our eye on that, among other things around the park. As we pull back out, we take a look here to the right. We see Meku and Puhi. Not a whole lot going on over there since our last update, or the last few updates actually. Probably some groundwork we can't see from this angle, but not a whole lot to see from our perspective. One more quick look from this angle at the opening area where the bridge we were just telling you about. We can really see how it leaves off on this side, and looks to be some platforms already there ready to be attached to that. So we'll be keeping our eye on that, as I mentioned before. Here as we pull back out, we'll go look at this a little more once we get on up the road here, but we can actually see the more detailed work of the mossiness and all the slides weaving. We've been showing you that since about 2 weeks ago as they started to remove the scaffolding. Now we can really see it. So from this angle, we take a look at the water coaster station, the Krakatoa Aqua Coaster. We can't really see the tube that we talked about from this angle, We can see some workers up there on the platform. Just wanted to give you a clearer look at some of this stuff that we looked at last week. It was a little rainy and windy when we did our post last week, so wanted to bring you a little brighter, sunny day, sunny evening here from the future site of Volcano Bay. Very much looking like a water park now with slides everywhere. Everything going on. So coming up, we're going to go up on around the corner and take a look at Krakatoa Mountain from on down the street and see what angles we can capture there. So here from this angle with the scaffolding down, we can really see the detail work on the base of the slide. We also see some new rock work coming into place around the Krakatoa Aqua Coaster Tube there that before the tube actually goes into the volcano, they've actually built some more rock work here. Still needs detailing, still even needs concrete work. We saw a lot of this way back at the beginning, but you can also see the mossy detail and texture we talked about previously from Cabana Bay Hotel earlier in the video. And you can see the sort of the start of the platform hanging off on the front side there. Really good angle on that to see how the platform will actually hang over the edge of, like, hanging basically off a cliff, I guess. So as you zoom back out, we can see the full angle of that. And here in the foreground, we see Runamukka Reef. Again, not a whole lot of change. Waiting to see if we're going to even get a splash bucket at this point. Just a lot of work going on right there. So up on these 4 Easter Island slides, we not only see a new roof covering there, but we actually see more of that themed lighting texture or lighting for like an entry to the slide. The first one of these we actually pointed out a couple weeks ago. As I pull back out and move over to show you, we saw over here on the mat slide, as you can see those right there, on the mat slide there, those are similar coverings to the ones we're now seeing installed over here at these 4 slides. So definitely a little sign of progress there. And there's another look at the volcano itself, Krakatoa Mountain. So as we take one final look at Volcano Bay, from this angle we can see the temple theming that we saw a long time ago come into place, but more rock work being done there at the base of it, as well as more work being done all around. We see a little bit of scaffolding here and there around the volcano, but not much. Look for our photo update attached to this video for more. Please share with your friends, family, neighbors, all of our great videos and construction from around Volcano Bay, Universal Orlando, Fun Spot, and anything else we are covering. My name's Jim from WildGravityTravels.com. For more, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a great week ahead, everyone. Have a great month ahead, and we'll see you at the parks and see you around the site.